Good morning from the Alps. I'm here in the Stubai Valley, which I already explored a few weeks ago and I showed you a video then. And yeah, I've come back to a location which I scouted then and tried to photograph it this morning, but unfortunately the light wasn't too interesting, so I didn't get a really good photo. But what I wanted to do is record a little video for you, a little tutorial. And yeah, in the past I've already talked about exposing to the right and what are the benefits of it, so in terms of image quality. And yeah, I've got a few videos which I'll link up here somewhere. But yeah, I actually never explained how to do this in the field, so how's the process of getting the exposure right and how I do this. And yeah, I'll do so now, so a very quick tutorial. And yeah, let's start with a very important camera setting I use. And for Canon, this is called, let me show you, it's up here, the highlight alert. Or sometimes it's called exposure warning. So depending on your camera brand, it might be called a little different. But yeah, what this setting does is, if you take an exposure and you're trying to expose to the right, what you do, you usually have the live histogram here. I hope you can see this. So I'm using the live histogram and I'm using this to get the exposure right. So now it's far too dark. I have a lot of space to the right. So I crank up the exposure and I push the histogram to the right side. So hence the name exposing to the right. And yeah, it's sometimes not so easy to see where's the end of it. So I push it far to the right and then I take a photo. And once the photo is taken, I can check the preview. And just to show you, I'll overexpose a bit now. So bringing it just a little bit too far to the right. And now you see this blinking here on the LCD. And this is basically the exposure warning or the highlight alert. And if you see this, what you do, you just dial down the exposure one stop or half a stop, depending what your settings are. So I usually go half a stop, take another photo, and yeah, then it's correct. Let's just hide the histogram. And yeah, that's how easy it is. So use the histogram, push the exposure as far to the right as possible, so just to the edge, and then take a photo. And the highlight alert will help you not to sacrifice any highlights, so which easily happens with the histogram. Sometimes you just don't see it. Yeah, and that's all there is. And as it gets brighter, I usually dial down the exposure gradually. So I'm going manual and yeah, always following the brightness. And yeah, very easy, very relaxed. And maybe with the light now, maybe I get a photo after all, because now here with the warm light, looks quite nice. So let's see. Bye.